Fastball, he struck him out swinging. Number 11 for Tate Wolski. He strikes out the side in the fifth. Lined into center field. It's a base hit. One run is home. Otis comes to third. He'll be stopped. RBI single Jamison Coots. It's 9-8.
Carrington Cardinal Baseball is brought to you by Gar Dental, Central City Lumber, CHI St. Alexius Carrington Medical Clinic, Professional Eye Care Centers, Carrington Drug, Headlots, Arrowwood Prairie Co-op, Bickett Insurance, Sendak, Bassett Motors, Bank Forward in Carrington, High Plains Equipment, Carrington Dental Care, Leading Edge Equipment, Dakota Central, Old National Bank, DJ's Home Center, Evans Funeral Home, Farmers Union Insurance, Randy Huey Agent, Napa Auto Parts, Jamestown Regional Medical Center, the Carrington Healthy Communities Coalition, Central Pharmacy, Central City H2O Plus, and Summit Physical Therapy.
The junior stretches. He throws. Hit in the air to center. Moving over is Bickett. Squares up. Makes the catch. And Tate Wolski, a complete game 5-hit shutout with 12 strikeouts.
Now, Carrington Cardinal Baseball.
We welcome you to the athletic fields in New Rockford, North Dakota on a very comfortable 65-degree afternoon, just picture perfect for a ball game. And that's exactly what we've got for you today as the Carrington Cardinals take on the Kidder County Wolves in Region 3B baseball action. And we are happy to have you with us at the newly renovated athletic fields here in New Rockford. BJ Walters and Rick Christensen with you. Well, this, Rick, is quite the upgrade. They have put a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of effort into making this a even better ballpark than it already is. And at least from the standpoint of us now in the media, this is about as good as it gets.
Yes, this is awesome. They put a lot of work into it, spent a lot of time. I'm sure they had a lot of volunteers helping out and so forth. And so, yeah, a lot of memories here playing on this field.
And for the Cardinals, of course, this was their home field a season ago. And they're coming off of a game where they lost 12-2 in 5 innings to Valley City. You know, we're supposed to be able to analyze and sometimes overanalyze this sport. But, Rick, one of the things that is always true in this sport is if you hand out walks and hit batsmen, you make a lineup look better than it may already be.
Absolutely. It's just that much tougher. It doesn't matter what level you're playing at either. If you give up free passes and so forth, all it takes is one bad error or one big hit, and it changes the whole inning and the whole game.
Kidder County played yesterday. New Rockford wasn't actually able to play here on Tuesday. The field was still a little too damp, but they did play yesterday afternoon, and the Rockets defeated Kidder County 4-2 yesterday afternoon. And so today's pitching matchup, Preston Fisher gets the ball for the Kidder County Wolves, and for Carrington, they will turn to junior right-hander Talon Mehring to get his first start of the year and his second outing of the season. And one thing that seems to be true across the board, and we'll talk to Wayne Shipman about this as well, but Talon, much like Jacob Basons and Tate Wolski, a little stronger, and that has caused the fastball to be a little firmer this year.
Yeah, they look much stronger than they did a year ago, and I think that's just from all the sports they play and the time that they put in. And I'm anxious to watch Talon today because from the outfield perspective, throwing the other day, I could tell his arm is stronger.
Carrington defeated Kidder County 3 times a season ago. In fact, if you want to go back to 2022, they've won the last 11 meetings with the Wolves. So we will see how it goes today. And when we come back, a visit from the head coach, Wayne Shipman, in just a moment on the i3G Sports Network.
Gar Dental in Carrington has your smile on the mind. Gar Dental specializes in orthodontics, cosmetic dentistry, teeth whitening, dental crowns and bridges, dental veneers, dental implants, general and family dentistry, root canals, clear aligner orthodontics, sedation dentistry, dentures, lasers, TMJ therapy, and wisdom teeth removal. Call Guard Dental today for family dentistry and beyond. Guard Dental in Carrington, 701-652-2300.
Your first car. It may have been a fixer-upper, but you treated it right. It was your own. That's how Showplace Cabinetry approaches each crafted piece. We deliver it to you with care because it's our own. Central City Lumber can help you choose the design of your dreams. Give them a test drive. This American-made cabinetry is adaptable to your unique style and built with pride. Every single piece is back for a lifetime. Bet you wish you had that deal on your car. Stop in at Central City Lumber of Carrington and let's build a beautiful kitchen or bath that really turns heads.
Back in New Rockford, the Cardinals and the Kidder County Wolves coming up, and the head coach of the Cardinals, Wayne Shipman, joins us. All right, let's talk baseball fields. Let's talk about the one that we were hoping to play on today. You were telling me off the air you stepped on it and immediately kind of knew it probably wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, right. It's pretty soft on the right side, which is the norm, but it'd be nice if it would dry out. I think the rest of the field is pretty good other than first to second base. So hopefully next week. We're not scheduled to play there now till next Friday, so that's a week away. Hopefully this snow we get is less than they predict and not as wet.
So you're playing in New Rockford, and you played all your home games here last year, but they have really renovated this place. The broadcast booth is incredible now, and I mean, the seats that we're recording this next to, I mean, they have really gone all out after making it to state a couple years ago.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. I mean, it's their concrete area is pretty similar to what we have there, and their building's off to the side, but it is nice. I mean, yeah, this is nice. Their backstop's really nice. This area is pretty dang nice.
It definitely is. Going back to Tuesday's game, a couple of things that stand out. James Rao gets his first varsity innings on the mound. What did you think of him?
I thought he did well. I mean, he threw strikes. I mean, and that's all you can ask from him. He's young. He's probably not going to overpower people, but just throw strikes and field the ball. And I think he can do some good for us.
Where did that come from Jamison Cooch? Striking out the side, and that's about as well as he's ever been able to control his fastball. He was really painting in that fifth inning on that outside corner.
Yeah, he pitched well on what day was it? Tuesday? What's the day? Thursday? Yeah, Tuesday. Yeah, he pitched well. Got to put up the only zero we put up that day, and yeah, he's not a strikeout pitcher. He's more of a soft toss type pitcher, try to induce soft contact. But yeah, Tuesday he pitched well. I mean, if he can do that, and it's kind of nice, because he doesn't throw quite as hard. So when he comes in after one of those other guys that throw a little harder, the change of pace sometimes takes a while to adjust to. So if he can get outs quickly, get through the order only one time, the hitters only see him one time. Once he gets to that second time through, or if he ever makes it to the third time through, then maybe not so good. But but he'll learn. I mean, he's young too. I mean, he's only a sophomore. He pitched a little bit last year as a freshman, but now this year's his first year where he'll be one of the main four pitchers we'll probably use. So yeah, I was happy with how he threw.
Now, today, you'll have Talon Mehring on the mound. Watching his innings Friday, it's kind of consistent with your whole team. You can tell they put the work in the offseason because he's a little stronger. There's a little more on his fastball. And he really, aside from the walks, pitched awfully well Friday at Valley City.
Yep. Yeah, he's pitched well. His game this year all around has improved considerably, just from getting stronger mostly, but I've been impressed with how he's been hitting the ball, the hard contact he's had. I mean, I don't know what his average is. I guess I didn't really look, but I'm sure it's 500 or better right now. Granted, we only played 3 games, but still, 500's 500.
And between your top 3 in the lineup, him, Max, and Tate, they've already got 14 hits on the year. That's a really good base starting point for a lineup.
Yep. Yeah, that's good. And, we had Talon down, 5 spot to start with, and then moved him up to 4 at the second game. Then decided to put him at second. That way, Max will have 2 guys before him hit instead of 1. And then it'd be nice. Jacob Basons, he's hitting some hard balls. He just isn't getting any luck. He's going to come on here pretty soon, have a 2 for 3, 3 for 4 type of game. And he's a persistent kid. He wants to do well. If you look at him, he wants to do well. So I have no doubt that he's going to break out today or the next game that we have.
Well, Coach, have some fun out there and good luck.
All right. Thank you.
That is Cardinal head coach Wayne Shipman joining us, and we will have more from New Rockford in a moment on the i3G Sports Network.
Life is about moments, big or small, joyful or challenging. At Carrington Health Center, we believe everyone in our community deserves compassionate care close to home, so you can focus on enjoying those moments surrounded by the people you love. At our facility, we put the care in
physical therapy,
Radiology,
love,
acute care, clinic.
Why choose professional eye care centers? 4 great reasons are Dr. Bone, Dr. Freilich, Dr. Janko, and now introducing Dr. Jordan Thomas, 4 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, Edgeley, Ellendale, and more. And finally, their fantastic selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit ProEyeCareCenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional Eye Care Centers, clearly the best.
The Kidder County Wolves are warming up down beneath us, getting ready for this one as the Cardinals take on Kidder County. Now, Wayne Shipman made mention of it on the air. I can expand a little bit based on talking to him off the air. He does think that the Jamboree next weekend will happen in Carrington, and that is the Cardinals' next action a week from tomorrow, taking on both Park River and then a region counter game with South Border, both on Friday. And then we'll have a YouTube exclusive game for you a week from Saturday against Mayport CG. And, of course, our pregames are always 15 minutes before scheduled first pitch. One other note to give you, Cardinals softball is underway in their region opener, taking on Harvey Wells County. We will try to keep you updated. And as I say that, I know there are parents who listen to us who will be there, so now I know we'll be able to keep you updated throughout that one as Brady Smith's team looks to win their Region 2 opener. They also will not play until next Friday. And when you look at the schedule, it could be a little confusing, so let's explain this. They're playing Wilton Wing in Steele next Friday. Why, BJ, are they playing in Steele? Well, the Wilton Wing softball co-op is Steele included. In fact, one of their better players is the Region 2 girls basketball senior athlete of the year, Taylor Zimmerman. She is on that team. So that is why they're playing in Steele. That is a week from tomorrow as well. In terms of other games in the region, you can watch Valley City and Lemoore, Litchville, Marion, Edgeley on our sister station on YouTube, KOVC Live, and on our sister station on radio. You can listen to it, KOVC, the voice of the Valley, from Charlie Brown Memorial Baseball Field. And then an interesting game down in Wishook coming up in a few minutes as New Rockford Cheyenne take on South Border. And Rick, you're an old coach, so you'll probably tell me it's a little too early to be worrying about this, but that is for first place in the region right now after South Border's very impressive win over Lemoore, Litchville, Marion, Edgeley on Tuesday. So when you consider it's Jacques Demeester against Berkeley, France, that tells me that the two coaches know it's a big game too.
Oh, I think that's always a big part. Any region game that you're playing, you're trying to build off that, learn what the opponent has, what are their strengths, weaknesses, different things like that. And, of course, you start a new season and so forth. I don't ever think it's too early to, get a feel for what you need to do. And I think most of the coaches that I've ever coached against or that are in the region feel the exact same way. You want to win, not that it has to be winning at all cost by any means, but you want to give your team a chance to at least compete well right away when you play these games.
And for these two teams, they're both looking, Kidder County and Carrington, looking for their first region win of the year. So while we have a minute, what are your early impressions of this year's Carrington Cardinals? I've seen them twice live and once on YouTube. You've gotten to see them twice on YouTube and once in person. A lot of guys being asked to do more than they were last year, but what have you made of it so far?
Well, kind of typical of what they have back. You have 3 seniors, and I expect those 3 seniors to lead the way in many ways and so forth. And basically, Talen's a junior, sophomore Jameson, and a freshman that played last year and that. And when you have these younger ones that are out there in the field playing and going to the plate and this or that, I mean, you need to build them up, give them confidence. If they happen to make a mistake, pick them up, because that's what they really need. So the leadership, I think they'll be fine. You just have a team that needs to play as many ball games as they can possibly play before they reach the regional tournament, because that's how you're going to get better.
That's exactly right. And, of course, the regional tournament begins a month from Saturday, and I3G Media are your exclusive radio and streaming home of the Region 3B baseball tournament this year. We will be in Lemoore for all 3 days. Let's take a break, and when we come back, the Bassett Motors batting orders, and soon enough, the first pitch from New Rockford. It is Carrington and Kidder County coming up on the I3G Sports Network.
Carrington Drug, your independently owned Good Neighbor Pharmacy, salutes caregivers everywhere. The ones who aid an aging parent or nurturing a sick child. The fact is, we are all caregivers at different times, and your community pharmacist is ready to go above and beyond to support you with encouragement and guidance, good times and bad. Visit with Matt Paulson and his expert staff at Carrington Drug, 415 Main Street in Carrington, caring for you and our community.
Always on tap. I'm headed to Headlocks. Headlocks. Headlocks.
Head on over to Headlocks of Carrington for some great deals after the Cardinals game. If you and your friends come in sporting any Cardinals gear, you'll not only receive the friendliest service around, but also special discounts. Ask for more details and visit us on Facebook for all of our happenings.
The fun is always on tap. I'm headed to Headlocks. Headlocks. Headlocks.
Headlocks, Carrington, North Dakota.
We are back in New Rockford, and now it is time for the Bassett Motors batting order for the Kidder County Wolves, and they will lead off with their catcher, Quincy Welder. Preston Fisher is the pitcher. He bats second. Blake Binder, the left fielder, bats third. Donovan Martin is the center fielder hitting cleanup. Grady Larson, always really good, the shortstop hitting fifth. Dane Stroh seems like he's been on this team for a while. Well, he's only a freshman. He hits sixth at third base. The first baseman, Tayden Jasper, bats seventh. Seth DeWitz is the designated hitter, batting eighth for the second baseman, Taven Larson. And Lucas Rauda is hitting ninth in right field. Here is the Carrington defense, and here is Rick.
Of course, on the mound, we have Talon Mering. Behind the plate, Max Whitman. Outfield left to right, we have Mr. Clifton out there, Jacob Beauchamps, Ratke Huey's in right. Across the infield, Isaiah Otis at third. Tate Wolski at shortstop. Savageau is at second base, and Jameson Coots at first.
Yeah, Landon Clifton getting his second straight start in a different spot. He was in right field the other night, and now he's in left. And Leighton Savageau getting his first start at second base. And, of course, as Rick said, the Cardinals starting pitcher today is junior Talon Mering. And Talon on Friday went 3 innings, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs. 3 runs overall, but 2 were earned. He walked 5, and he struck out 3. The dimensions here at New Rockford Athletic Fields, it's 296 down the right field line and 318 down the left field line, 355 to the power alleys, and 370 feet to dead center field. It is a 65-degree day. It is mostly sunny.
You guys know how to do that?
And it is, Rick, it really is a perfect day for a ball game.
Beautiful.
And I read online, it was a joke, but it was very funny, that basically said, thank you for your cooperation in a one-day trial of spring. in order to continue, you must now pay with another day of winter tomorrow.
Right.
So congratulations to us.
For sure.
So the Cardinals are in their grays, while the Wolves are in all white with black numbers, and I can't tell if those are pinstripe jerseys or not. They look like they are pinstripe jerseys. Those are sharp for Kidder County. They are sharp, says Chuck Jorgensen, who has much better eyesight than I do. Thank you, Chuck. Of course, Carrington, the home team, and in charge of everything because New Rockford is playing right now in Wishook. So we are just about ready to go, and we hope that you enjoy the action. BJ Walters and Rick Christensen with you. Someone will pick up their first region win of the year. Talon Mering is ready, so is Quincy Welder, and the first pitch at 4:36 p.m. is a fastball for a strike. It is 0-1, and I have set myself up right where I personally can't see the home plate umpire. That was not very smart. 0-1 to count. The pitch is a little low with a curveball, 1-1. Pretty much fastball curveball with Talon. He'll mix in a changeup from time to time. Works quickly. The 1-1 is hit in the air to right, and it drops in front of Carrington right fielder Radke Hui for a leadoff single. And that is how this one gets underway.
Braxton Hewitt is behind the plate, and Jim Hirsch out the infield as the umpires today.
Here is left-handed hitting Preston Fisher. First pitch to him is high, 1-0. Fisher has thrown more than once against Carrington over the years, so these guys, for the most part, will have seen him before. Welder at first, not going, and a ground ball through the right side. It's a base hit. Hitting second is Welder. He goes to third. Good base running there. It's first and third and nobody out.
Couple of short hits out into the outfield, and first and third, nobody out.
Good job by Quincy Welder to pick up his third base coach, Damian Kennedy. Not worry about where the ball is. Just pick up your third base coach. Had O'Neill Cruz done that an hour ago, the Pirates would have beaten the Nationals. I'm not saying I'm salty, but come on. Here's Blake Binder taking a strike. It's 0-1.
Playing the infield back, so it looks like they're looking to turn two if they can.
Middle infield of Wolski and Salvaggio today. Here's the 0-1, and that is just off the outside, 1-1. They hold the runner Fisher at first. Welder is at third. Nobody out top of the first bank forward scoreboard. The pitch is a strike. The runner goes. The throw down is not in time. On strike two, it's a stolen base.
He's lucky he's safe. He didn't slide.
Yeah, Fisher went in standing up. And now the count is 1-2. Mering will elect to go from the full wind. He throws, and it's a curveball just off the outside, 2-2. That looked pretty good.
Tough pitch to lay off of.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, nobody out. The pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Mering gets the strikeout, and there's 1 down for Donovan Martin.
Nice pitch on the outside corner at the knees.
Martin, cleanup hitter, never has batting gloves going. That is consistent over the last few years. First pitch to Martin, big cut, no contact. It's 0-1. The infield now plays halfway. It depends on how hard the ball is hit. Here's the 0-1. Low, 1-1. And, of course, Whitman's got an important job here to make sure nothing gets by him.
That's always big with a runner on third.
1-1. Mering from the full wind. Throws, and it's a curveball just off the outside, 2-1. Also, perhaps this will be important today. Perhaps it won't. The backstop is wood. The 2-1 is low, 3-1. And the reason why I bring that up is if a ball gets there too quick, you've got to be really good at third base if you're a base runner.
Yep, you have to read that off the wall.
3-1, the pitch. Fastball fouled directly into Donovan Martin's right toe. And it's 3-2. Ouch.
Those hurt.
And he's not wearing any of the protective guards that some players will wear. 3-2. Merring would love a strikeout here. The payoff pitch to Martin is low. Ball 4, and the bases are loaded. He tried to get him to go after a curveball.
Not such a bad pitch. He's the cleanup batter. Bases loaded. Now you got an out at home or turn 2. It looked like they're going to play the middle back and the corners up, so be home with those and turning 2 up the middle.
It is the really, really good Grady Larson hitting, and he takes ball 1.
Got to throw strikes here and make them put it in play.
So far, 9 of the 17 pitches from Merring have been outside of the strike zone. 1-0 the count. He rocks, he kicks, he throws, and it's a little high, 2-0.
That's always that first outing on the mound. I mean, I know this is the second time out there, but first time starting. And
2-0, hit on the ground, foul towards third base coach Damian Kennedy. The first base coach is Connor Hill. Happy to have you with us on just a gorgeous day for baseball. 2-1, here it is. Poke at, and it gets into the gap in right center field. Welder is home. So is Fisher. An RBI 2-run single for Grady Larson. And it is 2-0 in favor of Kidder County.
Just took a nice, easy swing. Didn't try to do too much with it. Hit it out to right center field.
On a 2-0, he didn't try to do too much. That's a great call. Dane Stroh, the hitter, and he swings through strike 1. So 2-0 on the bank forward scoreboard in the first. Again, middle infield looks for 2. The runner goes. The pitch is high. The throw is late. A stolen base for Larson on ball 1.
He got a pretty good jump there. Not a bad throw by Max.
Oftentimes, you are stealing off the pitcher, right? Here's the
for
1-1.
sure.
And that's hitting the air to shallow right center, and it goes right off the glove of Jacob Basons. A run is home as Martin scores on what maybe scored an E8. It is 3-0.
I would definitely think that's E8. He's got to take charge, and especially with a younger guy in right field there, you just have to take charge and two-hand that.
First pitch is a strike to Taden Jasper, 0-1. So if you're Carrington now, you've got to get out of this inning. It's already 24 pitches for Merring. The pitch is a strike on the inside. It's 0-2. He only has the 1 out so far. 0-2. Runners in the corners. 1 out in the inning. The 7th batter of the inning. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Strikeout number 2 for Merring, and there's 2 down in the first.
They have 3 runs.
And here's Seth DeWitt's the designated hitter. DeWitt's right-handed power bat. Merring deals. In the dirt, the runner goes. The throw down is cut off by Wolski. Another stolen base, this time by Stroh on ball 1.
Well, you can see what they're going to do throughout the game. If they get on first, they're kind of reading his pitch to the plate. And
1-0 is low. 2-0. Do you kind of have like a way to read, okay, once he does this, he's going home. That's when I go. The 2-0 hit on the ground through the left side, a base hit. Larson is home. Going to third is Stroh. It's an RBI single for Seth DeWitz, and now it is 4-0.
That's where that mistake out there on that fly ball cost you dearly. You should be out of the inning, and you're not. And then that causes the pitcher to throw more pitches, and it just kind of leads to not too good.
The 30th pitch of the inning is high, ball 1. Mehring has faced every Kidder County hitter. This is the 9-hole, Lucas Rauda. The 1-0. Drops in there for a strike, off speed, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Stroh at third, DeWitz at first. The pitch is low, 2 balls and a strike. Now, the good thing for Carrington is probably, aside from Whitman and Wolski, everyone's available to pitch today because there's a week until the next game. The 2-1 is hit on the ground to second. Salvaggio has it, throws to first in time, and the side is retired. But 4 runs on 4 hits with 1 error and 2 left on base. And now on to the last of the first inning. On the Bank Forward scoreboard, it reads Kidder County 4 and Carrington coming to bat on the I3G Sports Network.
There's no community like a Cenex community. That's why every Cenex store is proud to serve theirs by supporting local athletic teams, promoting the arts, and making sure each store is a place its neighbors can find what they need, catch up with their friends, and stay connected. It's also why we give back, helping to make the wonderful places we call home the best they can be. The store next door, powered locally at Cenex.
Visit your local Arrowwood Prairie Co-op in Carrington, Wimbledon, Cooperstown, and Sutton.
The Bassett Motors Carrington batting order leads off with Jacob Basons, the center fielder. The pitcher, Talon Mehring, is second. The catcher, Max Whitman, is third. Tate Wolski, the cleanup hitter, is the shortstop. The first baseman, Jamison Coots, hits fifth. James Rao is the designated hitter, hitting sixth for the second baseman, Leighton Salvaggio. The third baseman is Isaiah Otis, hitting seventh. Landon Clifton is in left field, hitting eighth, and Radke Huey is the ninth place hitter. He is the right fielder. Here is the Kidder County defense with Rick.
Pitching is Preston Fisher. Behind the plate is Quincy Welder. Out in left field is Blake Binder. Center field, Donovan Martin. Shortstop, Grady Larson. Third baseman, Dane Stroh. At first base, Tayden Jasper. The DH is Seth DeWitz, and playing second base is Taven Larson. And batting ninth, the right fielder, is Lucas Rauda.
And so, Preston Fisher, who has faced Carrington before, goes out there with a 4-0 lead. Remember, in the opening round of the regional tournament last year was a wild 13-9 game. Rick, you guys had quite the fifth inning in that game, scored 10 runs that inning.
Yeah, we wish we could do that more often.
You don't mind, as a first base coach, being out there with the sunflower seeds, talking to everybody after they get a hit.
Right on.
Cardinals will have Jacob Basons leading off. So far, 0 for 8 with 2 walks and a run scored, and he immediately gets hit by a pitch. On the very first one from Fisher, obviously not what he wants to do after being given a big lead.
Biggest thing for Carrington here coming up this inning is not trying to do too much. Don't try to kill the ball. Just meet the ball, put it in play.
And so now it is ball 1 to Talon Mehring. Mehring comes in hitting 5 for 11 with 3 RBI and a stolen base. The pitch, swing, and he fouls it right off of Welder's knee, and that does not look good. Oh, goodness. Welder immediately went right to the ground. Wow. Goodness gracious. That must have gotten, because of course you have the knee pads on, that must have gotten just above the knee pads.
I'm thinking it's maybe in his groin area.
That would be almost worse than getting hit in the knee. And if you're not wearing a cup, which I have long since said this, baseball players are weird. They are handed a piece of equipment that will protect them, and half of them say no thank you.
Well, I can give you a story about a catcher from Mayville State when I played who got mixed up in between innings, and the guy was supposed to throw a fastball, and it actually cracked his cup.
Oh, my goodness.
And he swelled up, and he was out for about 2 or 3 weeks.
Goodness gracious.
And it could have been worse than that. But, yeah, I think by rule in high school baseball, you have to wear a cup. Even somebody who comes out and warms up the pitcher must have a mask and cup and so forth in order to do that.
Very good. Well, Quincy Welder is still being looked at, and he's got the knee pads off. He may be out of this game. And this is their leadoff hitter and a good veteran player. He is now to his feet, but he is really laboring. And it looks like we are indeed going to get a substitution. And the substitution is going to come in the form of
number 7.
That's exactly right. Let's see.
Bentley Mossett.
Yeah, he's not a starter. Aha, there we go. Number 7 is Bentley Mossett. And he is going to come in for Welder. And that is a pretty painful moment. So Mossett will come in. The other thing about this is that Mossett has not worked with Fisher nearly as much as Quincy Welder has. And that matters.
For sure. Definitely.
So Mossett is in behind the plate. They're giving him a couple of warm-up tosses just to get used to things. And it will be a 1-ball, 1-strike count to Talon Mehring. Jacob Basons is at first with nobody out. Basons was hit on the very first pitch of this inning. It's been a rather painful inning for everyone except those of us in the booth so far. 1-ball, 1-strike. Here is the stretch by Fisher. There goes Basons. The pitch is a strike, the throw down, and that's probably by design. New catcher in there. You test him, and Basons gets his second stolen base of the season.
Yeah, got a good jump.
So now 1-2 to Mehring. The stretch and the pitch. Talon swings through strike 3. First strikeout for Preston Fisher.
Got fooled a little bit on that, pulled off on it with his front shoulder a little bit.
Well, Max Whitman has not been getting fooled at the plate one bit early in this season. He is 5 for 8 with 3 walks, 4 runs, a double, and a stolen base. First pitch to him is outside 1-0. And frankly, if he keeps hitting like this, by the time we get to Lemoore in mid-May, nobody's going to throw him a strike. And they'd be wise not to. The 1-0, up and in, 2-0.
The left fielder's playing in just a little bit. That could cost him if he gets a hold of one.
Yeah, that is baffling to me because Max Whitman's trying to hit the ball over the fence on a 2-0 count. I can promise you that. The pitch. And he bounces it foul towards Wayne Shipman, who coaches third. Luke Coots is at first. 4-0 Kidder County. Last of the first on the bank forward scoreboard. Base on's at second after a hit by pitch and a steal. 2-1. Fisher throws, and Whitman watches it down low, ball 3.
3-1. He's just a great high fastball hitter, but he's a great hitter anyway. If anything close, he's going to cream it.
3-1. The pitch. Whitman hits it on the ground, foul of third. And it's still 3 balls and 2 strikes now.
Out in front a little bit. You got to sit back.
That foul ball he hit in Thompson last year, I'll just never forget that. My goodness, did he crush it. Here's the 3-2 now, and Whitman takes ball 4 outside. So 2 are on without the benefit of a hit, and that will bring up Tate Wolski. And Tate last year had a difficult start to the year, not so much this year. He's 4 for 11 with 2 RBI, a stolen base, and he's scored a run. Trying to cut into a 4-0 deficit.
And he scorched a couple of balls that were great plays by the defense.
First pitch is hit on the ground off his foot, foul. 0-1. Rick is referencing that outstanding play by the second baseman in Valley City Tuesday in the 5th inning on a ball that was certainly in right center field. He was parallel to the ground and made the play. 0-1, 2 on, 1 out. Last of the first. Fisher stretches and throws. And Wolski looks at strike 2. It's no balls and 2 strikes. Haven't yet heard any updates on how it's going in Fessenden, but we'll keep you posted if we can. That bounces in, gets away. And you know what? That is not... It's a wild pitch that advances both runners. That was not the type of 0-2 pitch that you want to throw. Yes, you don't want it to be a strike, but that wasn't really a pitch that you can get a chase on. Now the 1-2. And Wolski watches it go off the knee pad of the catcher and coming in to score his base-ons. It's 4-1.
Very good base running.
On ball 2. The wild pitch scores the run, and to third is Whitman. Carrington on the board, still without the benefit of a hit. Now the 2-2 to Wolski. And he hits one in the air to center. Martin started in. It's over his head and all the way to the fence. Whitman can walk home. Wolski flying around second. He's on his way to third with an RBI triple. It's 4-2. He smoked it.
Yes, he did. He hit her right on the nose. Toughest play in baseball in the outfield, truthfully, is that line shot right at you, because if you make the mistake of one step in, it can cost you, just as it did there.
Jamison Coots 0 for 9 with 2 walks, but he's had good at bats. He watches ball 1 here. Speaking of Jamison, his mom lets us know that Mara and her teammates were down 7-4. Now in the third, it is 7-5, as that is ball 2. There's just been a pitching change for Harvey Wells County. 2 balls and no strikes to Jamison Coots. Here a 4-2 first inning. The pitch is at the belt. A strike, 2-1.
Just got to not do too much, put the ball in play.
2 balls and a strike. Fisher throws low, 3-1. Martin's the center fielder. We have seen him pitch before, but he's not doing that right now. 3-1 is the count. James Rao on deck. The 3-1. Infield is in, and it's cut on and missed 3-2.
He pulled off on that swing. He just gotta stay, keep that front shoulder in.
Another long at bat for Coots. The 3-2. And Jamison Coots takes ball 4. His third walk of the season brings up James Rao. And James so far is 1 for 5. And how about this for an 8th grader? 4 walks already in 9 plate appearances, a stolen base, and a run scored. He looks like he's going to be a really good baseball player.
He's a good athlete. He's a strong kid for an 8th grader.
An update from Fessenden, 7-7, Carrington and Harvey Wells County. 2 on here with 1 out in the first. The pitch. Rao looks at one very high, 1-0.
He put the ball in play quite a bit last year as a 7th grader. He did a pretty good job. Just like any youngster, going to struggle a little bit at times.
The 1-0. Rao hits a line drive through to center field. A base hit. Coming home to score, Wolski. To second is Coots. It's an RBI single for James Rao, and it's 4-3. And a very good response by the Cardinals in the bottom of this inning.
That's what you got to do.
And now a Dakota Central mound visit from Damian Kennedy. And while they talk, let us pause 10 seconds for station identification. Live from New Rockford, this is Cardinal Baseball on the I3G Sports Network.
The Cardinal is AM 1600 KDAK, Carrington, and FM 100.1 K261EW, Carrington. Locally owned and operated by I3G Media.
BJ Walters and Rick Christensen with you on KDAK FM 100.1 AM 1600 The Cardinal, all around the world at newsdakota.com, on the KDAK The Cardinal mobile app, on your Alexa, play KDAK The Cardinal, and of course on the KDAK The Cardinal YouTube channel. Well, this is a very good response in the last half of this inning, and it's also between the two teams now. Granted, there have been 4 outs, but between the two teams, 15 batters have come to the plate in the first.
Yep, 57 pitches so far.
That's right. 24 for Preston Fisher. And now what? Welder has returned. Quincy Welder is back in there. All right. So he is back in there.
Again, just like they did at Lamar, it's going to be really important. Just put the ball in play. Something good will happen.
First pitch is a strike to Isaiah Otis. So far this year for Isaiah, he's 0 for 7, but has 3 walks, an RBI, and a run scored. He's behind in the count 0-1. And that pitch is low. 1 ball and 1 strike. At second base, Jamison Coots. At first base, James Rao. We're in the first, and 7 runs are home. There's a foul tip right at the plate, and it's 1-2.
Isaiah last year was a pretty good contact hitter, and that hope he can gain his confidence again.
1-2, a swing and a miss, strike 3, and first base is occupied, so there's just 2 down. He had that game in Tolna where he went 3 for 3 against Nelson County Midcoda.
Just shows you about this game. It's about repetitions and confidence, and what you did last year doesn't matter. It's what you do this year.
How about that
really
stat line for a 7th grader? Landon Clifton's 2 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. Speaking of just doing it, that's high, 1-0.
Unbelievable family of athletes. Just, they really amaze me with the football talent, wrestling, baseball playing.
1-0. Landon watches it go off the glove of Welder. A pass ball moves both runners up 90 on ball 2. And it is not a matter of if, it is a matter of when will I confuse Landon with one of his brothers.
Right.
Michael, Corbin, Gabe, Landon. That must be an awfully competitive house. 2-0, the pitch. Landon takes a strike. It's 2-1.
Yeah, we sure would have liked to have Corbin last year. I mean, he was all-region player and stuff like that. I understand he had his injuries from wrestling and so forth, but, boy, he would have made a big difference. He's just that talented.
2-1 is a fastball over the inside. 2-2. So now Fisher, 1 strike away from getting out of it with the lead. The 2-2. Check swing, he went. Strike 3, and the side is retired. But for Carrington in the first, 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. And we have played 1 inning in New Rockford on the Bank Forward scoreboard with the score.
Future Summit with Kyle Smith and his staff at Summit.
Thinking about insurance, think of Bickett Insurance. Bickett Insurance, through our partnership with Auto Owners Insurance, can take care of your farm, home, auto, business, or life insurance needs. The agents at Bickett Insurance have over 115 years of insurance experience. We know how to design policies to protect the things important to you. Give Bickett Insurance a call today.
Better get Bickett. Bickett Insurance Agency. Better get Bickett. Insurance Agency.
Here at Sendak Cooperative, we're here to provide you with all the products and services you've come to rely on for your farm operation. Please give us a call for all your fertilizer, seed, energy, and fuel needs for this year's growing season, and let us help you with all your grain marketing decisions. You can contact us today at any of our locations in Central North Dakota or visit us on the web at sendakcooperative.com. Sendak Cooperative, helping farm owners grow and succeed today and into the future.
Second inning, top of the order. Quincy Welder, Preston Fisher, and Blake Binder against Talon Maring. How about that, Rick? Both pitchers threw 33 pitches in the first inning, and they combined to face 17 hitters.
Crazy.
Welder singled and scored in the first, and the first pitch is hit to the second baseman on a line, and Savajo makes the catch, 1 down.
Didn't even have to move. He just put his glove up and caught it.
Little looky what I found. And with 1 down, here's left-handed hitting Preston Fisher, who singled and scored in the first. The pitch to him is hit in the air, shallow center, and in for a dive was base-ons. He couldn't quite get it. It's a 1-out single there for Preston Fisher.
Great effort. Great effort. Just went off the end of his glove.
And that will bring up Blake Binder. So, as a former coach, explain the sense of this game to people, because you force a pitcher to throw 33 pitches in the first, and there's a strike, it's 0-1, and your first 2 guys in the second are first pitch swinging.
Well, I will tell you this, my philosophy is this and always will be, if that pitch is there, the first pitch.
The runner goes, the pitch is a strike, the throw, the tag, they got him. Max Whitman to Tate Wolski score at 3-6, and there's 2 down.
You might not see a better pitch, and there's different philosophies of that and so forth, but it's early in the game. You want to be aggressive. I wouldn't let a good pitch go by.
And now the 0-2 is hit on the ground to Savajo. The throw to first is late. An infield hustling single for Blake Binder.
He got kind of a late jump on that late, and he just got to charge a little harder, but it was a slow roller, so it's been a tough play.
Donovan Martin walked and scored in the first. It is 4-3 Kidder County in the second on the Bank Forward scoreboard. The stretch by Talon Maring, and he throws, and it comes back over the inside corner. Boy, he had Martin getting out of the way of a strike. It's 0-1. Really nicely done. Here's the 0-1 from Maring, just off the plate outside. 1 ball and 1 strike.
I thought he might come back with another one, being he had him fooled so bad.
1-1. And a ground ball to the backhand side of Wolski, the shortstop. Throw to first in time, and the side is retired. No runs on a hit with no errors and 1 left. On now to the bottom of the second inning with Carrington trailing Kidder County 4-3.
Bassett Motors.
where our customers send their friends.
Hi, this is James at Bassett Motors. Let's test drive a new Chevrolet together. Stack up the savings with discounts and rebates combined with 0% financing for the lowest payments of the year. See us online at BassettMotors.com or call us 701-652-2955. Or better yet, stop in to see our wide selection of new and pre-owned vehicles.
Where our customers send their friends.
High school sports programs provide valuable lessons for practical life solutions, teamwork, sportsmanship, and hard work. Students learn self-respect through responsibility of their actions through high school activities. There are kids out there, coaches and parents, who appreciate sports officials for doing a tough job with class. More officials are needed. Someone like you. Contact your local high school or the North Dakota High School Activities Association to find out how to become an official. A message from the North Dakota High School Activities Association.
Bottom of the second inning, we'll have 9-1-2 in the order. Radke Huey, Jacob Basons, and Talon Mering against Preston Fisher.
Well, Talon got out of the last inning with 8 pitches. Let's see what Fisher does in this half of the inning.
Huey 1 for 4 with 3 RBI this year, and he is first pitch hacking. He fouls it straight back. It's 0-1.
Pretty good cut on that fastball.
We've talked about it already this year, but for these young guys, they need as many at-bats as they can possibly get.
Yep. You got to see that ball out of the pitcher's hand in live game situations, and that's big.
The 0-1. Oh, out in front of a curveball. And there's why you need more at-bats, because you just don't see those kind of pitches.
Yep, exactly. You don't get frustrated as a coach and stuff like that. You know it's a learning experience.
0-2. And Huey, inside out's a ground ball down the first base side foul. It had played the first baseman, Tayden Jasper, but it was just on the foul side of the bag.
He threw him a fastball 0-2. We'll almost bet this will be a curveball.
0-2 the count. The 0-2 to Huey is off speed, swing and a miss, strike 3. 3 straight strikeouts for the right-hander Fisher. And with one down, here's Jacob Basons, who was hit by a pitch on the very first one that Fisher threw in this game. He later scored a run. 4-3 in the second. Fisher to Basons. And a excuse me foul ball. He didn't mean to, but it's 0-1.
Jacob's just one of those players. I've been impressed. He's gotten stronger each year, and just a guy you love having on the team. He tries to give his all every time that he's out there.
0-1 inside, a ball and a strike. I'll never forget his first pitching outing. You guys were in a pickle, and you said, well, let's let him face Langdon, and he gave you 5 really good innings as a sophomore. A 1-1 is low, 2-1.
Nope, that's, again, how you learn. You've got to get on the mound and face good teams, good players, and throw strikes. You never know what can happen.
2-1. Fisher throws, and it's a fastball hit in the air to right. Coming on for it to make the catch is Rauda, and there's 2 down. That will bring up Tate Wolski, or Talon Mering, rather, pardon me. Mering in the ball game struck out in the first. Right-handed hitter, right-handed pitcher here in the second. The pitch hit on the ground towards third. Nice play by the third baseman, but then throws it away, does Dave Stroh. And into second on the E5. Dane Stroh throws it away, and it's an E5 that will put Mering at second for Max Whitman. And this is one of those situations where I do wonder if it's even worth bothering to throw him a pitch. Just put him at first base.
Right. I'll guarantee you when it comes to the tournament, if I was coaching, that's where it would be. But it's early in the year. You expect try to get the guys out with 2 down here too. So
Whitman fouls off the first one. He did walk back in the first, and then he scored on the triple by Wolski.
And also factoring in Tate crushed one his last time up over the center fielder's head, so you're going to put 2 runners on. You'll take your chances, I think, here trying to get him out.
0-1 is the count. The stretch, and the 0-1. Whitman hits it on the ground, past third, fair, and down the left field line. Bason's around third. He will score. Max Whitman sees a bobble by the left fielder and goes to second. It's an RBI single and an E7 to tie this game at 4.
Base hit, and then error right left fielder. Yep.
4-4 on the bank forward second inning scoreboard. And now Whitman will be run for by Adrian Otis. Otis at second. Wolski tripled in the first. The pitch. All the way. It was high all the way, and lucky it didn't go all the way to the backstop. It's ball 1. That was a great play by Quincy Welder.
That was a high fastball.
Yes, it was. A 1-0. Fastball off the end of the bat, foul, 1-1. So Carrington has erased a 4-run deficit, just as they erased a 2-run deficit on Monday night in Lemoore. It's 4-4 here in the second. The pitch. Outside. 2 balls and 1 strike to Wolski.
Hopefully he can get a good secondary lead out there and score on a base hit.
Fisher's 2-1. Curveball and a strike 2-2. I was just going to ask, do you throw him any more strikes? And they throw the curveball for 1. 2-2, the pitch. Fastball skied in the air to center. Martin started in. Now he's racing back. It's over his head again. Around third to score is Adrian Otis. Into second with a run-scoring double as Tate Wolski. Carrington have their first lead. It's 5-4.
That's justice after that line drive got caught the other day.
Certainly is. And the Cardinals have scored 5 in a row to take the lead. Here's Jamison Coots, who walked and scored earlier in the game, and now the first pitch is inside and gets away from the catcher Welder, and a wild pitch will send Wolski to third. Well, we talked about these games between Carrington and Kidder County can get kind of wild. This one has started that way, the 1-0. High and wide, 2-0. In fact, trivia for you, mainly for the guys to our right. What significance does this opponent have for Jamison Coots? The 2-0 is hit in the air to right. Coming on is Rauda, reaches up, makes the catch, and the side is retired. We'll answer that question after the break. But 2 more runs on 3 hits, 2 errors, and 1 left. And now, after 2 innings on the bank forward scoreboard, our new score reads Carrington 5 and Kidder County 4.
Running tough, running strong. High Plains Equipment.
High Plains Equipment is your authorized Case IH dealer serving farmers around Carrington, Devils Lake, Rugby, and Harvey. When you're ready to invest in a new piece of quality Case IH equipment, their friendly, knowledgeable sales, financing, service, and parts departments will make sure your experience is outstanding. Visit highplainseq.com to connect with your local Case IH High Plains Equipment location. Many dream of 5-star hotels and 5-star restaurants. What about 5-star treatment from your dentist? That's exactly what you'll get at Carrington Dental Care. Dr. J's and Dr. Chaz's gentle, relaxed, and friendly atmosphere will give you a full-service dental experience with 5-star customer service and care. Carrington Dental Care will give you 5-star dental treatment for the entire family. New patients are always welcome. Visit thecarringtondentist.com or call 701-652-2801.
Carrington lead 5-4 as we go to the third on the bank forward scoreboard. All right, I will give the gentleman to our right a hint. It happened at this ballpark. Chuck, you've got to get this. You've got to get this. It will be to open the third, Grady Larson. Then Dane Stroh and Tayden Jasper with Carrington up a run. Talon Maring back out there and a swing and a miss at an off-speed pitch. It's 0-1. Venture a guess over there? No? All right. We'll get to it after this 0-1 pitch. That's a strike, and it's 0-2. Actually, before we do that, Rick, do you know what it is?
I've been trying to think, and it's not coming to my memory, but I don't know if it was his first hit of the year. Or
0-2 is fouled straight back. It was, to this point, Cooch's only career walk-off RBI, the sacrifice fly to center field against Kidder County in the 9-8 win. Here's the 0-2. Check swing, bloop shot, right field. Just reach out and touch somebody. A single for Larson.
good hitting. Just not trying to do too much with two strikes on you, and you loop one into right field for a base hit.
Dane Stroh reached on an error in his first at-bat. That was the ball off the glove of Jacob Basons in center. First pitch is high, 1-0.
And not a bad pitch from Talon either. Good location outside. He just kind of flipped the bat and base hit to right.
Hit them where they ain't, right?
Right on.
1-0. The pitch bounces in. Good smother by Whitman. Saves 90 feet.
Yeah, he's just a good athlete. Great athlete.
2-0. Larson not going, and the pitch is inside. 3-0. On deck is Tayden Jasper. 3-0. And that bounces in. A 4-pitch walk.
This is where you, as a coach, you get a little bit frustrated. You get that lead and you come out and, you know, they get kind of they get a bloop hit there, and then you walk a guy and all of a sudden they've got first and second, nobody out.
Jasper struck out swinging against Maring in the top of the first. First pitch here is low and outside, 1-0. The Carrington softball team has turned that game on its head. They lead 12-7 in the fourth. They were down 7-3 in the third. The 1-0 is a strike, and it's 1-1 strike. Speaking of J-Mo, thank you very much to his mom, Angela, for the updates. 1-1 strike. The pitch showing bunt, and a good one down towards third. Isaiah Otis charges, throws, and makes the play at first base. Sacrifice complete 5-3, and there is one down. That was a really good bunt.
Good bunt and a good play by Isaiah. They're at third to get an out. When they lay one down like that, you just want to make sure you get an out.
Larson to third, Stroh to second, and here is Seth DeWitts, who singled in the first. Maring deals, and it's at the knees but outside, 1-0.
He's a pretty big kid, this guy.
Certainly is. There have already been 11 hits and 106 pitches in this game. Low, 2-0. But if you think that's crazy, did you see the softball box score from Louisiana? The pitch is a strike, 2-1. That's right, 54-45. One team only used one pitcher, 296 pitches. The pitch is inside 3-1.
Wow.
And here's the other part of that game that's just stunning. 45 runs on 5 hits.
Oh, boy.
The 3-1 is high and the bases are loaded. There were 62 hit batsmen in the game.
Ouch.
The one stat that I didn't see that I wish I could have seen is what was the time of game for that thing?
That's crazy.
Here's Lucas Rauda, 9-hole hitter, takes a strike over the outside. It's 0-1. 54-45. My gracious.
Looks like they're playing back to turn 2.
Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Do you throw that same pitch again?
Yep. That's what I'd do.
Because you trust Whitman to make the block.
Yeah,
Top of the order, Quincy Walder on deck.
You could probably blow a fastball by him, too, because he's out in front.
Curveball, strike 3 called on the outside corner. Maring gets the K, and this becomes a big at bat because it's Quincy Welder, who's 1 for 2, good hitter, leadoff hitter. If you can hang a 0 here, a little momentum.
I'm a little surprised they're letting him wear their jackets and stuff like that.
First pitch is hit in the air to center. Bason's over to his left, reaches out, makes the catch. Side retired. So no runs on a hit and 3 left. And now at the end of 2.5 innings on the Bank Forward scoreboard, Carrington 5 and Kidder County 4 on the I3G Sports Network.
Get ready to mow better and faster with a John Deere mower or compact tractor from Leading Edge Equipment. With a huge selection of new and pre-owned John Deere zero-turn lawn tractors and compact tractors, you'll be ready to tackle any project on your property. Visit leadingedgeequipment.com to view inventory or stop in for a test drive. Now through May, save 15% on mower blades, belts, and home maintenance kits. Leading Edge Equipment, proud to be your John Deere dealer in Michigan, Devils Lake, Hampton, and Carrington. Do you want to make sure homework time isn't spent on games and video streaming? Dakota Central can help. With Experience IQ, you set limits to ensure your kids aren't playing when they should be doing homework. With premium managed Wi-Fi from Dakota Central, you can create healthier internet habits for your children from the easy-to-use Command IQ app. Learn more about premium Wi-Fi and Experience IQ today at www.dakotacentral.com.
Cardinals 5, Kidder County 4 as we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It will be James Rao, Isaiah Otis, and Radke Huey, check that, Landon Clifton to hit. Radke Huey due up 4th in the inning. Cardinals not back in action for 8 days. You hope that the weather's good enough where they can practice outside on the field.
Absolutely.
They've been practicing quite often on the football field, but that's just not the same. And we will be with you a week from tomorrow at 12:45 against Park River. And then we'll take a break, probably go find some food at the concession stand, to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie to you. And then 4:45, we'll be back with you a region counter game with South Border. First pitch of the inning to James Rao is a strike. It's 0-1. Rao singled in his first at bat. The 8th grader, DH today, the 0-1. Curveball slapped in the air to second, and it is caught by Taven Larson.
Right off the end of the bat.
But just making contact on a curveball, I mean, that's...
Absolutely, put it in play.
Yeah.
You never know.
Isaiah Otis struck out on a curveball in his first at bat. First one from Fisher is a fastball fouled over the Kidder County dugout. It's 0-1. That Park River team last year was awfully good. There's the 0-1. Curveball hit on the ground to short. Larson fields, throws, and retires the hustling Otis 2 down.
Yeah, they have a pretty good ball team back again, the Amdahl boys up there and that, so that'll be a good game for the Cards to play.
Here's Landon Clifton, who also struck out on a curveball in his first at bat. 5-4 Carrington, last of the third, bank forward scoreboard. They did trail 4-0. The pitch is fouled into the mid. It's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Fisher deals. Hit on the ground to Larson again on 2 hops. Throws to first. That's a poor throw. It gets past the first baseman. Landon Clifton on his way to second. He's there on an E6. That is already the 3rd error on Kidder County today. And it brings up Radke Huey, who struck out swinging in his first at bat. That's why you just want to put the ball in play, right?
Absolutely. I'm just really surprised they have their sweatshirts on out there, a couple of them. It's just kind of interesting. It's umpire discretion, I guess, in that. But, because if it hits when you're at the plate, if it hits your deal, it's a big deal.
Here's a 1-0.
Don't have a uniform tucked in and this or that, but.
Well, 3 years ago, the semifinal between Thompson and Central Cass, the Thompson kid that got hit for the walk-off hit by pitch only got hit because his jersey was too big. The 1-1 is swung on and missed 1 and 2. He was wearing a jersey that was sagging out there, and the ball just barely touched his jersey to win the game.
And it could be that they got some arm trouble, this, that, or whatever, trying to keep your arm warm. It's nothing against the players or nothing like that, but I'm just kind of surprised there's no wind, and you would think at the plate and out in the field it would hinder your play a little bit.
2-2, and it hits Huey. Boy, Fisher didn't want to do that with the top of the order coming up. So Carrington now have a chance to add to the lead with Jacob Basons coming up. That was 63 pitches for Preston Fisher.
Need a clutch hit here, 2-out hit.
Basons, 0 for 1, a fly out and a hit batsman, and he hits it in the air, out to deep left, going back, reaching up and not able to get it is the left fielder Binder. 1 run is home, stopping at third is Huey. RBI double for his first hit of the year for Jacob Basons. It's 6-4 Cardinals.
That ball just kept carrying you. You get it up there a little bit, and he kind of just coasted with it. He didn't sprint to a spot. And
now, Talon Marin could really give Carrington some breathing room. That's ball 1.
Yeah, here's where you help yourself. You got 6 runs now. There you go.
The pitch inside gets away, but there is exactly what we were talking about. The ball bounces so hard off the backstop that Huey can't go anywhere. 2-0 the count.
I guess they have the padding, but they forgot to send the hardware with it.
Yeah, they were saying they didn't get everything they ordered. 2-0 from the full wide. Fisher deals, and it's high ball 3. Boy, oh boy, you're 1 ball from having the bases loaded and Max Whitman at the plate.
He should be taken here all the way.
He shows bunt, and he was taking, and it bounced in. Oh, my goodness. Bases loaded for Whitman, who hit a grand slam in Steele last year. And a Dactyl visit to the mound, as that was Fisher's 68th pitch. At third base will be Huey. At second base, Basons. At first base, Mering. And Carrington with a chance, Rick, to really create a little distance.
Absolutely. You got Max there and Tate to follow, so they could break this wide open this inning.
And I'm sure, especially with Talon Mering already over 60 on his pitch count, I'm sure Wayne Shipman would like, if possible, to get a huge lead.
That would be key.
3 on, 2 out, and here comes, from a slugging percentage standpoint, the most dangerous hitter in the Carrington lineup. Max Whitman.
Yep, you'd like to face him with nobody on.
He is walked, he is singled. The pitch. Whitman fouls it off left side. Boy, he was trying to do major damage. And it's 0-1.
Just out in front just a little bit, but a good swing.
So far this year, Whitman has been at the plate 15 times. He's reached 12 times. The 0-1. Max takes a perfect fastball at the knees over the outside. It's 0-2. Now from the full wind, the 0-2 to Whitman. Bounces in. Oh, what a nice smother by Quincy Welder. Wow, that was well done.
Saved a run.
1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Big moment in this game. The 1-2 on the way from the right-hander. Inside, 2-2. And this has to be the action pitch, right?
Yep.
You don't want the merry-go-round to start on 3-2.
I'll bet he tries a curveball here again.
2-2. Fisher throws. And it is a curveball, and it's grounded to third. The throw to first bounces in and is dropped. A second run coming to the plate, and Basons will score on the E5 2-run score. It's 8-4 Carrington.
Yeah, he kind of made a nice play fielding the ball, but he just kind of aimed it, throwing it to first, and really a short hop.
And again, we'll get the courtesy runner, Adrian Otis, at first. Now, Tate Wolski has a double and a triple. Are we on cycle watch? The pitch. Wolski takes ball 1. I will say this, if Tate hits a home run here, we're definitely on cycle watch.
Yes, we would be.
Because Wolski can get a single in his sleep. 1-0 with 2 on and 2 out and 3 home. That's hit on the ground to short. Larson fields, throws, skips it in, and it gets by the first baseman again. Coming home is Mehring. Around third is Otis. He will hold right there on another E6. It is 9-4 Carrington. And they are not helping their pitcher.
Nope, not at all. I'm not sure. They just look like they're aiming the ball, not throwing it. Uncharacteristic, I think, of Larson at shortstop to make 2 throws in a game, but in the same inning.
Jamison Coots back up there, and he takes a ball. It gets away. Here comes Adrian Otis to the plate, and he'll be tagged out. The side is retired. But for Carrington, it was a very good inning as you score that 2-1 on the putout, as they get 3 more runs on 2 hits with 3 errors and 1 left. And now at the end of 3 innings on the Bank Forward scoreboard, our new score reads Carrington 9, Kidder County 4.
Carrington sports fans, want to stay on top of all the local action? Catch what you missed by checking out the Foster County Independent. From game-changing plays to memorable moments, we've got you covered with the most in-depth sports coverage in town. And don't miss our stunning photo galleries that capture every thrilling moment and winning smile. For the latest scores, stories, and stunning sports shots, grab your copy of the Foster County Independent today or visit us online at fosterconews.com.
Here at Old National Bank of Carrington, we prefer to be the bank of choice that helps our clients fulfill their dreams, passionately supports our communities, and invest in the growth and development of our team members. Our mission has deep roots and a trusted partner. We invest our time, heart, and expertise so that our clients and communities thrive. Come see us today at Old National Bank from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday through Friday on Main Street in Carrington.
The line scores through 3 from Athletic Field in New Rockford. Carrington, 9 runs, 5 hits, 1 error. They've stranded 3. Kidder County, 4 runs, 7 hits, 5 errors. They have stranded 6. Preston Fisher, Blake Binder, Donovan Martin here in the 4th. Fisher is 2 for 2 with 2 singles, and the first pitch is ball 1 to him.
No, you just want to throw strikes. Throw strikes, make them put it in play, make the plays. Got a 5-run lead.
The 1-0 to Fisher is outside, 2-0. The amazing thing about that game on Tuesday is that it could have been so much worse.
Mm-hmm.
In 5 innings, there's 3 bases. Let's do some math. The 2-0 is outside ball 3. Let's do some math. You can only possibly strand 15 hitters. Valley City stranded 14. That's not great in 5 innings.
Right.
Here's the 3-0 pitch, and it's inside. Boy.
I think he fouled that first one off.
He did. Okay. So it's 3 balls and a strike. But still, you don't want to walk people when you're up 9-4. The 3-1. Hit on the ground towards first. Jamison Coots is pretty sure-handed, and he goes to the bag unassisted. 1 down. And that will bring up Blake Binder.
What'd you have to do?
They had to add him out.
Trying to work out the scoreboard here. Binder, left-handed hitter, has struck out and singled. Maring's first pitch is high, 1-0. How would you assess Talon Maring's performance so far? Because he has given up 7 hits, but he's also hung back-to-back zeros.
He's doing okay. You got a, outing like this where you haven't thrown this many pitches yet in the season and that and so forth. Sometimes it looks like he might be just out in front a little bit with his legs and that and his arms trying to catch up, and he ends up throwing it a little bit high and so forth. And that's all a part of that rhythm and, getting confident. And
right on cue, that's what happened on that 2-0 pitch. Now it's 3-0. And he did it again, ball 4. So 1 out base runner for Donovan Martin, who has grounded out and walked.
I was not a great pitching coach, but the coach I played for the last 3 years of he was a pitcher in college, and he made videos, this or that, whatever, and he'd tell me, teach him fastball and changeup.
Let curveball come later. Absolutely. First pitch is swung on and gulped in the air to center. Bason says he's got it. He does. 2 down. So with 2 down, it brings up Grady Larson, who has singled twice in the game.
As the weather warms up and stuff like that too, obviously, you loosen up a little bit more and that type of thing. But I think he's done a fine job out there.
First pitch to Larson is high, 1-0. We're down to 59 degrees, and keep in mind that around 10-11 p.m. tonight, it's going to turn nasty again. 1-0 the count. Maring deals, and it bounces in 2-0.
Just in time for me to get up at 6 in the morning and drive on some different weather again.
Some different weather, that's right. Make sure we got the thermal wear ready to go tomorrow. The 2-0 is outside. Boy, that's 7 straight balls now for Talon Maring. He is at 74 pitches. His 75th is ball 8 in a row.
I think Wayne's going to go with him as long as he can. That, and I believe in that too. We got to battle through some things, and
especially third game in 4 days, you don't have a whole lot of options.
No, and just throw strikes.
Dane Stroh has reached on an error and walked, and he hits a ground ball to Tate Wolski. The throw to first is in time, and the side is retired. No runs on 2 walks and 2 left. Kidder County has stranded 8 already, and now it's on to the last of the 4th inning with Carrington on the bank forward scoreboard leading the Kidder County Wolves by a count of 9-4.
When it's time to buy a new appliance for your home, remember DJ's Home Center. Did you know they are a locally owned business and that they have been serving this great community since 1993? DJ's Home Center services and delivers within 45 miles of Carrington, bringing you the best prices on all major brand appliances. So don't go anywhere else. Remember that DJ's Home Center is your local, low-price, best-trained appliance store. Located right by the roundabout. Go Cardinals.
Committed to serving you with compassion. Evans Funeral Home of Carrington and New Rockford. Always available with the care you require, even at the most difficult time. You can count on Evans Funeral Home to provide guidance and answers when it comes to pre-planning, finding the perfect monument or marker to honor your loved one, or for service arrangements. Contact Evans Funeral Home in New Rockford at 947-2911 or in Carrington at 652-3003.
Cardinals trying to add to a 9-4 lead. Jamison Coots was hitting when Adrian Otis was thrown out at the plate.
That's just one of those things that when he's a junior or sophomore, junior, senior, he's going to be safe. But can't fault him for thinking he read it right and so forth. And
Coots gets a fresh count, and he takes strike one. Update on the girls. They are now rolling. It is 14-7 Carrington in the sixth. And here's a ground ball to the right side that goes right under the glove of second baseman Larson. An E4. And the leadoff man is aboard. Rick, that is already 6 errors on Kidder County.
Just like against any team, when you don't field the ball, you are in trouble.
6 errors. First pitch is high and away to James Rao, 1-0.
No, you have to do all the fundamental things, and that's not happened for Kidder County today so far.
The 1-0, Rao takes a strike, a pickoff throw, and they throw it down the right field line, but nobody take what I am about to say the wrong way. Nobody take this the wrong way. You don't need to back pick Jamison Coots. Nobody take that the wrong way, but you don't need to back pick Jamison Coots in that situation.
No,
the 1-1 is a strike 1 and 2.
There's certain things that you should know that I don't think he's stealing a base.
No,
so
I don't either. And the 1-2 look at James Rao reaches out and gets just the smallest piece of that curveball to stay up there.
Doesn't mean he can't, but I just don't think that he's doing that, and that's a matter of, to me, a fundamental thing that you just can't do against teams that
1-2 is high, 2-2.
Come back to bite you every time.
The margins are still very small. It's very, very small. The 2-2. Rao skies one out to right center field. Coming on Martin. He's got it, one down.
Nice running catch there from the center fielder.
And a nice job again by Rao to get bat on a curveball. I think it's easy for us to forget that that's an 8th grader.
For
Isaiah
sure.
Otis will hit. So 1 down, and the pitch, Isaiah takes outside, ball 1. He has grounded out and struck out in the game.
I'm really waiting for him to take off because he's a decent hitter.
The 1-0 is outside, 2-0. With Landon Clifton on deck.
But we know that even guys making $40 million a year don't always get on track right away.
That's right. Here's a 2-0. Smacked in the air to deep left center field, right on cue. It splits the gap and goes to the fence. Coots hits third. He will be waved around, and there will be a relay throw. It's going to be very, very late. It's an RBI double for Isaiah Otis, and it's 10-4 Cardinals.
There he is.
Well, he knows what to do on 2-0. Get ready and rip it.
He's a good hitter.
Certainly is. 10-4 Cardinals, and now a deck tail visit to the mound, and it may come with a hook. It will come with a hook. A pitching change in New Rockford with the score, Carrington 10, Kidder County 4. We'll tell you about all the changes in a moment on the I3G Sports Network. Central City H2O of Carrington has all of your beverage, water bottle, dispenser, and vending needs covered. They serve a 15-county area and deliver to home, office, and work sites a line of water and other products. Visit centralcityh2o.com or call 701-652-2141. Visit them on Facebook for more information about in-home and office deliveries and the products available. Hydrate your home and office. Central City H2O of Carrington. We supply the water and vending you need where you need it. Pretty simple defensive changes here as the new shortstop is Preston Fisher and the new pitcher is Grady Larson. And just a really nice piece of hitting. You guys always tell players as coaches, look, if you get in a hitter's count, you have to understand they have to come into you, be ready, and turn on it. And boy, was Isaiah ready to turn on it on that one.
Yeah, yep.
And that's exactly what you want right there. So now Carrington trying to really put some distance between themselves and the Wolves, up by 6. They've scored in every inning. 3 in the first, 2 in the second, 4 in the third, 1 in the fourth so far. And Landon Clifton will be the first hitter that Grady Larson faces. Aha! I got an answer to that question I was looking for. So now, here comes Landon Clifton. The pitch bounces in, gets away, and moving up is Isaiah Otis on ball 1. So, Rick, I did get the answer to the question of how long was that softball game. Would you like to venture a guess? 54-45, lots of walks, lots of hit-by pitches. Here's a 1-0, high 2-0.
4 hours, 55 minutes.
That is a great guess. That is an outstanding guess. 5 hours and 31 minutes. The 2-0 gets away. Coming to the plate is Otis. The tag, he is out. Nice play by Quincy Wilder on ball 3, and there's 2 down. Tagged out 2-1 is Otis.
Just being aggressive, but you got to read that ball. You got to watch that ball all the way to the backstop and see where it ricochets to. And
here's a 3-0. Inside ball 4. He walked him. And Radke Hui will be the hitter. Radke has been hit by a pitch and also struck out. My dad texted us that length of game, 5 hours, 31. I can't imagine broadcasting that game. I really can't.
No, that's crazy.
There's ball 1 to Hui. So Larson has come in and thrown 5 balls. 1-0 the count. At first is Clifton, the pitch. Big swing and a miss. I'm not sure that's the one Hui wants to offer at.
No, just a little impatient there.
1-1. The pitch. Radke watches it bounce in, get away, and down to second goes Clifton on a wild one. A very wild one. And this, I think, goes back to what you were talking about. When you're wearing a hoodie, it certainly impacts the range of motion that you have.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to make a major deal out of it, but I don't understand that.
2-1, very high ball 3.
When he was playing shortstop, he had another jacket over the top of it.
And it has cooled a little, and the wind has picked up a little, but it's not that bad. The 3-1 is a fastball strike on the outside corner, 3-2. I'm allowed to say that because I'm always cold. I grew up in Texas. I'm not built for this. 3-2.
And he may have had trouble. I don't know, but
that bounces in, gets away, and on ball 4, Clifton to third. And so now the top of the order is up, and here's Jacob Basons, who doubled in his last at-bat. He's also been hit by a pitch and flied out. Quincy Welder will give some first and third signs to the infielders. That's in case Huey takes off, which he could. Athletic kid.
Yep, be nice to pick up this run there, being as they've gotten thrown out at the plate twice.
First pitch, Basons looks at ball 1.
Coach Shipman down there's probably saying, no, 0 for 2 so far.
Yep. Unless it's one of the seniors, I'm probably not going to do it. 1-0, and that's inside. Boy, 10 balls and 2 strikes so far for Grady Larson. 2-0 here. 2-0 the count. The pitch. Bounces in. Boy, Welder blocks it, but Larson doesn't have it right now. Doesn't mean he can't get it real quick. It's just right now through 13 pitches, he does not have it.
Seems to be short-arming it just a little bit.
Here's a 3-0. And there's a strike over the inside. It's 3-1. If you're Basons, are you taking again?
No. You're up 10-4. Take a rip at it.
3-1. The pitch. It's inside, ball 4, and they're loaded for Talon Mehring. Mehring in the game has reached on an error, walked, and struck out swinging.
Good time for Talon to get back into the hit parade here.
He's already got 5 this year. He had 7 all of last year. The pitch. Mehring watches ball 1. It must be so hard to be a hitter right now because you want to hit. But Larson, 13 of his 16 pitches have been out of the zone.
Yeah, extremely hard.
Here's a 1-0. Inside corner with a strike, 1-1. That's why you really can't fault Radke Huey for going after the first fastball he saw.
No, for sure.
1-1. Larson deals, and it's behind Mehring. Carrington will bring the runner to the plate. And this time, safe at the plate is Clifton on the wild pitch. It is 11-4.
That was close.
Certainly was. We almost had the old hat trick. So now, 11-4 Cardinals on the Bank Forward 4th inning scoreboard. Mehring with 2 ducks on the pond. The 2-1. In the dirt, ball 3. And Max Whitman on deck.
What year is he on the mound?
I believe a senior. And that's high. Ball 4. Boy, oh boy. The bases are reloaded for Whitman. And he has thrown 20 pitches and 16 are balls. He has walked 4. He has walked all 4 hitters he has faced.
Well, I hope Max is patient here. The bases are loaded, and if he waits for his, who knows?
Who knows is right. Cardinals have been out hit 7-6, but they lead at 11-4, and that's ball 1. I could never play this game because I'd be so antsy to get a swing off right now. Here's a 1-0 on the outside corner with a fastball, 1-1.
Well, anybody that plays and loves the game, you don't go to the plate. They're going, I hope I walk.
That's right.
You want to take a swing.
1-1 high and tight, 2-1. 2 balls and a strike. The pitch. High and tight, 3-1 with Wolski on deck. I've always said if I faced a major league pitcher, I would just stand there and pray. But, I mean, you want to swing the bat.
Absolutely.
Here's the 3-1 to Whitman. He won't get a chance to. It's ball 4, and another run is home. It's 12-4. And Whitman will be run for by Adrian Otis. Now, Wolski has reached on an error, tripled and doubled. And a single here could, theoretically, put Carrington within 3 outs of their first win of the year. Cardinals have batted around. 9th man to hit in the inning is Wolski. First pitch. Tate takes inside ball 1. It gets away, and Bason's read it beautifully. He scores. It's 13-4. That's how you read the ball to the backstop.
That's just the difference between a senior and some of the 8th grader and so forth, physically and paying attention to where the ball's going. You can't fault them for the younger ones for hustling and wanting to score either. It's just one of those things. It's a learning experience, and
1-0 is a strike. It's 1-1.
Part of what you do to teach the game.
1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs. The pitch. Wolski watches it to the backstop, and coming in to score Mering, it is 14-4.
I'm just surprised. Just cannot find it on the mound.
22 of his 28 pitches have been balls. 2-1. The pitch. Hit on the ground, out to short, and it's misplayed by the shortstop Fisher. Coming in to score is Otis, and it is 15-4 on another Kidder County error. And here's Jamison Coots. And he slaps one into right center field. Base hit. Wolski stops at second, and there's 2 on in a
nice base hit, nice swing, nice and easy, line drive, base hit, right center.
First pitch is a strike to James Rao. It's 0-1. 15-4 Carrington. Rao 1 for 3 with a single. And the 0-1 is outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Tough inning here for Grady Larson. The 1-1 is lined out to short. Fisher fields, flips to second, and the side is retired. But Carrington blow it open in the 4th with a 6 spot. And now, as we go to the 5th inning on the Bank Forward scoreboard, it is Carrington 15 and Kidder County 4 on the I3G Sports Network.
Carrington House Movers specializes in taking care of your building from where it is to its new destination. With their local location, it's easy to get a hold of them and get the job done. With nothing but 5-star ratings, there's no job they can't do. Carrington House Movers. Call them at 701-652-2378 for pricing and information. 652-2378. Carrington House Movers. Find them on Facebook or call them at 701-652-2378.
Napa is your source for quality auto parts for your car or truck in Carrington. Let us use our Napa know-how to help you find the right battery, brakes, filters, headlights, wipers, or other parts you need to get your job done. We also stock tools, equipment, and many other items for cars, heavy-duty trucks, marine, and farm equipment. Order your parts online or drop by today at 490 8th Street North. Call 652-3663. Your Carrington Napa Auto Parts team looks forward to serving you today.
So now if the Cardinals can get 3 outs, the game would be over. We go to the 5th. It is 15-4. And Talon Mering's back out there throwing a pitch that bounces into Tayden Jasper. It's 1-0. Jasper has sacrificed and struck out swinging.
Just in case those listening out there don't know, the JV baseball team will be heading out to Medina on Monday to play a doubleheader.
A curveball and a good one. It's 1-1. Another thing to let people know, it has gone final in Fessenden. Carrington defeat Harvey Wells County 18-8. The 0-1 fouled, or the 1-1 rather, fouled at the plate 1-2.
One ball, 2 strikes.
1-2. Merring, his 80th pitch is a curveball hit in the air to left center. Moving back on it and making the catches Landon Clifton. There's one down.
Good play by him out there.
And with one down, here's Seth DeWitz, who has reached both times on a single and a walk. If this holds, Carrington will be 1-3 overall, 1-3 in the region. First pitch is outside, 1-0. Now keep in mind, there is no 4 versus 5 game. I mean, there is, but it's not a standalone game at the regional tournament anymore. It's the first game of the day on Monday. That's high and tight, 2-0. In fact, I can tell you exactly what the schedule is for the regional tournament. There are 4 games in each of the first 2 days. And the first one is the 4-5 game, then the 3-6 game, and then the top 2 seeds who don't have to play those first ones, they get involved. The count is 3-0. And that's low, ball 4. So a 1-out base runner brings up Lucas Rauda. Rauda has grounded out and struck out looking.
Again, just come out and throw strikes. He threw him a 2-ball, no strike curveball. You got a 11-run lead. You just throw strikes.
First pitch is hit on the ground to second. Savajo flips it to Wolski for 1, back to first late. They get the lead man, and there's 2 down in the inning.
Good play to get the 1 out.
And here's Quincy Walder, who has singled in 3 trips. Carrington 15, Kidder County 4. Coming up, we'll have a visit from Coach Shipman. That's outside 1-0. And who do you think we ought to talk to player-wise? A lot of guys have had good games. Maybe Tate. Here's the pitch. That bounces in, 2-0. Tate has a double and a triple in the game.
Yeah, he'd be a good one to talk to.
Yeah, I think we'll do that. We'll talk to Tate Wolski, and we'll talk to Wayne Shipman and give you the totals, of course. 2-0 the count. The pitch is a strike. It's 2-1. And then we're with you a week from tomorrow, we think, from the City Park. A 2-1, outside ball 3.
Defensively, if I was Jameson or whatever, I wouldn't even hold that runner on. You got 2 outs. And
3-1. Merring deals. High and tight, ball 4. The last thing you want to do right now is start walking people. It's back-to-back walks. Also, Preston Fisher has singled twice, and now he's up there, and if he hits a gap, then this game is going to continue. Or if he goes down the left field line. First pitch is a strike over the outside. It's 0-1.
Talen's going to be a big part of the success as far as, the Cardinals on the mound, so I hope he can settle in and
0-1's a little low, 1-1. Don't forget highlights of this game, highlights of all 3 games this week, plus recaps of everything else that has happened this week. This week in Carrington Sports, Sunday night at 7 on YouTube. That's high and tight, 2-1. Boys golf scheduled to be in Castleton tomorrow. I kind of doubt it. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Just with the weather that's coming, I just can't see that happening.
No, I don't remember even on my transportation thing if I had them going tomorrow.
2-2 is hit on the ground towards Merring. He'll flip it to Coots, and the Carrington Cardinals are on the board in 2025. They pick up a 15-4 win over the Kidder County Wolves here in New Rockford. Cardinals win it 15-4 on the Bank Forward scoreboard, and we will come back and have the totals in a moment on the
Throw that in the garbage down there for me. Take that.
On the field, every second counts, and when injuries happen, you need a hometown advantage. At JRMC Orthopedics, our local team offers fast access to expert care, so you don't have to travel out of town. From sprains and all the way to joint replacements, every same day, we've got you covered. The best plays start with getting back in the game. Orthopedic care that keeps you moving. It's right here. Visit jrmcnd.com to learn more.
The Carrington Area Healthy Communities Coalition is a partnership of individuals and organizations working together to create a healthier community in which to work, live, and play. They support alcohol, drugs, smoking, vaping, and suicide prevention programs and promote activities such as pickleball, yoga, and park improvement. Their mission is to promote and support physical and mental health activities, prevention services, and community learning initiatives that promote a healthy lifestyle for the people of Carrington and surrounding areas. Visit healthycarrington.org.
Couple things. One, golf doesn't golf tomorrow. Thanks, Carla. And the second thing is that the Carrington Cardinals have their first win of the year, 15-4 in 5 innings over the Kidder County Wolves. Let's give you the totals now for Carrington. 15 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. They left 6. For Kidder County, 4 runs, 7 hits, 7 errors. They left 10. The winning pitcher is Talon Maring. He goes to 1-0. The loss is charged to Preston Fisher. The time of the game, 1 hour and 34 minutes, as the Cardinals are now 1-3 on the year. And when we come back, we'll be joined by their head coach, Wayne Shipman, in just a moment on the I3G Sports Network.
Nothing has embodied the American spirit like the family farmer. Year after year, they continue to work the land and plant their crops. Through droughts, floods, and uncertain markets, they keep that spirit alive with another crop harvested for the next generation. And for that, we tip our hats to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
In Carrington, see Randy Hui.
Rest assured that you'll be treated with the care and respect you deserve at Central Pharmacy. Conveniently located in the heart of Carrington and New Rockford, Central Pharmacy delivers the kind of attention and commitment to improving your health care that the big box stores just can't. Central Pharmacy does it all, from medical supplies to prescriptions, health and wellness concerns. Plus, we have a great selection in our gift, boutique, and decor departments. Visit us on Facebook for up-to-date info. Central Pharmacy, your one-stop in Carrington and New Rockford.
Is it time for you to switch banks? Hi, I'm Tiffany Paulson at Bank Forward in Carrington. At Bank Forward, we have everything you get from a big bank, but we're small enough to give you exceptional service. Make the switch and let us show you the Bank Forward difference. Call 652-2852 or visit bankforward.com today. Putting the customer first since 1927. It's simply the Forward way. Bank Forward, member FDIC.
Reach your summit with Kyle Smith and his staff at Summit Physical Therapy in Carrington. Serving the area since 1997, we offer treatment for pain relief, vertigo, wound care, sports, and work injuries, as well as post-op and neurological rehab. Summit Physical Therapy has certified providers in dry needling, Raston, and myofascial cupping. We are open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and in most cases, no referral required. Call us at 652-7179 to schedule an appointment today.
Cardinals win it in 5 this afternoon, 15-4 over the Kidder County Wolves. Let's get an update on what else is going on in the region. And Lemoore is about to lose their second consecutive region game. Valley City leads the Lobos 9-3 in the top of the 7th inning. You can catch the end of that one on KOVC, the Voice of the Valley, and KOVC Live on the YouTube channel. But here, Carrington fell behind 4-0 and then scored 3 in the first, 2 in the second, 4 in the third, and put it away with 6 in the 4th inning. They pick up the win, their first of the year, and We're just about ready for our interviews. We'll start with the player of the game here. And it is for Carrington, the senior, Tate Wolski, who in the ball game was really, really good. He was 2 for 4 with a single, or rather not a single. He doesn't do singles. I'm sorry, Tate. With a double and a triple, and he had 2 RBI in the game, and Tate joins us now. Tate, good to get the first one, right? I mean, you guys have been working pretty hard, 3rd game in 4 days. Good to finally get a win.
Yeah, great to finally pick up a win, and you know, we've been inside a lot and not able to be outside. I think yesterday was really the only nice day that we've gotten to be outside, and so it was just really nice to get to take the pressure off and pick up that first region win.
Last year, we nicknamed you Mr. May because you didn't have any hits until the month of May. This year, you're kind of Mr. April, but the 1 through 4 in the lineup, you guys are really getting on base at a high clip. How important is that when so much of the lower part of this order are young guys who are seeing varsity pitching for the first time?
Yeah, that's huge for at the top of our lineup to be hot at the beginning of the year, because teams that are hot at the beginning of the year normally tend to win a lot more games. And, you know, I wouldn't necessarily call these kids young because they've had a lot of experience and all that on the baseball field. And, you know, I got to give a lot of kudos to the bottom of our lineup because, as you saw in Lemoore, they're a rally starter, and kudos to those kids for going up and not being afraid to swing the bat.
You're one of the leaders of the team, so you go out there, you give up 4 in the first. How do you sort of calm everybody down and reassure them that, hey, we're fine?
You just come into the dugout, and you know there's a line between relaxed and then there's a line between upset, where you gotta remain right here in that relaxed situation, or those younger kids are going to start to pick up on that, and that's going to cause problems for us later. But you just get in the dugout and you just tell those kids to relax and that we're okay. And as you saw on the scoreboard, we were just fine.
So now you get a week. Hopefully a lot of these are nice days so you can get outside and get some practices in. But theoretically, the next time you play a baseball game for the first time since your sophomore year, it's going to be at home. That's exciting.
Yeah, that is. First time since my sophomore year being able to play at home, and it's gonna be awesome because I haven't had a home game in over 3 years, and I'm hopefully gonna have a packed house, and it's gonna be quite the show, that's for sure.
It's gonna be the businessman's lunch special next Friday at 1 against Park River. Well, Tate, congratulations on the win.
Thanks, BJ.
Tate
Appreciate
Wolski joining us here in Postgame. Let's get his head coach in here, Wayne Shipman, joining us after his team picks up a 5-inning, 15-4 win. Well, now that's more like it. If all you need is one day outside of practice, you're golden now.
Yeah, right. Get a couple more, what will we be?
Exactly. When a team makes 7 errors, it helps you out. There's no doubt. But there's a lot of guys at the bottom of the order who are seeing a curveball for the first time. So it begins with them being able to put the ball in play and create some havoc.
Right. Yep, and that's what we've talked to about. That's honestly everybody. We talked about just you got to be able to put the ball in play, make the other team make plays on defense. You know, make the throw across the dime or whatever it be. And those younger guys, they've been doing that so far, so I'm more than happy with them. I shouldn't say young guys, all of them have been. And the nice thing today, a lot of times they come up, they got the lineup turned over to the big boys, and Max finally got to bat twice with the bases loaded. Granted, he still didn't get any pitches to hit really, but I think the first time he did, he got to a full count, and then he hit one to left or whatever it was. But, yeah, that was nice to see.
The other thing that was really nice to see, you give up a 4 spot in the first.
Yep.
That can go sideways real quick, but I thought Talon settled in very nice up until those back-to-back walks in the 5th. But for the most part, he was really good today.
Right. He was just making them put the ball in play, and today we were making the plays. I think hopefully we can build on that, and they understand that if we make plays, we're going to be in the game. At the end of the game, we were having our little visit. I go, look at the scoreboard. You see that 1 there? We would take that every single game. In high school baseball, 1 error is pretty dang good. We'll take a 0, but you get a 1, that's a good day in the field. You didn't lose because of your defense, or you didn't give up a bunch of runs because of your defense. And I thought at the end there they made some plays. Tate had some hard balls hit to him, and Leighton Savageau there made a couple plays.
Sure did.
What a fantastic way to end the game that would have been if we could have just got that double play, just out of those guys there. That would have been awesome. But
And you talk about the one error. The one error comes on a ball that the wind played with Jacob Basons a little bit, no doubt about it. So really a good game. Are you starting to see the confidence building in your team? Because it certainly looks like it is from up here.
Yeah, a little bit. I think so. We're starting to find out, a little bit, some of the guys are where we think we're probably going to need them to play. And, like I moved Landon over to left field. And, I mean, our 7th grader, he looks pretty smooth out there. He had a couple of ground balls hit to him, but he had that one fly ball that got hit into left center. And, I mean, he went after that like he'd been playing for 10 years. He just, you don't really like a kid to drift over there, but he actually got there and was waiting for it. I mean, that was a good play.
And next time you're on the field, a week from tomorrow, it'll be at home. It'll be part of a jamboree. Hopefully you get a lot of sunny days between now and then when you guys can get outside.
Yeah, it sounds like next week's supposed to be pretty decent, so we'll at least be able to be outside somewhere. Hopefully it's on the diamond.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, congratulations on the win.
Yeah, you bet. Thank you.
That is Cardinal head coach Wayne Shipman. We'll take a quick break, and Rick and I will come back and wrap it up in a moment on the I3G Sports Network.
Guard Dental in Carrington has your smile on the mind. Guard Dental specializes in orthodontics, cosmetic dentistry, teeth whitening, dental crowns and bridges, dental veneers, dental implants, general and family dentistry, root canals, clear aligner orthodontics, sedation dentistry, dentures, lasers, TMJ therapy, and wisdom teeth removal. Call Guard Dental today for family dentistry and beyond. Guard Dental in Carrington, 701-652-2300.
Yep. Cardinals win it 15-4 in 5 innings back at Athletic Field in New Rockford. What you see right now is the sub-varsity about to get a game in, which is, as we've mentioned, very, very important this year. Get these guys some innings. But, Rick, a good confidence-building win, a good day offensively, and for Talon Mering, I think a very confidence-building performance. What do you take away from this game?
Yeah, no, they didn't make errors and stuff like that, did the fundamental things that they needed to do. And, of course, as you get more of these games in and more of the innings and so forth, the confidence builds as you do things, and hopefully they can carry this over. Unfortunately, you got to wait till next Friday to play, but just hope the weather cooperates and they can get all these games in. Just fun to see days like this where you can, be out there and do the things that you need to do. And I think they did everything they needed to do. Even though they got down 4-0, they didn't panic. They didn't, pressure or stress on whatever. They let the game come to them. And that's the biggest thing that I think you'll learn overall is you just can't, just like in any sport, you can't try to do too much. I'm 65 years old and I bowl and I do the same thing that I preach not to do. You start to press and put yourself in a thing and it does not work. You've got to relax and you've got to do, those things. And it's just fun to see them be able to pick up a victory here. And they got great kids, very coachable and stuff like that. And the youth, having worked that World Series or not, whatever they called it last year, state tournament, I guess it was, and the 12-year-old and that. It was fun. They got a lot of up-and-coming ball players that are pretty good.
They certainly do. One other final in the region, Valley City has defeated Lemoore, Litchfield, Marion, Edgeley 9-3 in Valley City. So the Highliners are 3-0 in region play, along with whoever wins that South Border New Rockford Cheyenne game. Well, as Rick mentioned, our next broadcast of Cardinal Baseball will come a week from tomorrow. We'll be with you for the Businessman's Lunch Special at 12:45. Take yourself a lunch, and if we see you at the ballpark, we will not tell your boss. We promise. It's a 12:45 airtime and a 1 p.m. first pitch. There's actually a second game going on before we take the air with the second of our broadcast, and it's Park River against South Border. So it's a full day on Friday and a full day on Saturday as well. We hope you can make plans to come on out to the city park and watch these guys next Friday. Our great thanks to Elliot Belquist and Dave Scogan and everyone for getting us set up, and thanks to them for building this thing. This is a wonderful spot to call baseball now. Not saying that last year's wasn't. It was just packed a little tight. That's all. Nonetheless, our thanks to them, our thanks to our entire crew, including Rick Christensen. Now, speaking on behalf of all of them, my name is BJ Walters. Cards are on the board in 2026 after a 15-4 5-inning win over Kidder County. Until next Friday in Carrington, good evening from New Rockford, North Dakota.
Edge Equipment, Dakota Central, Old National Bank, DJ's Home Center, Evans Funeral Home, Farmers Union Insurance, Randy Huey Agent, Napa Auto Parts, Jamestown Regional Medical Center, the Carrington Healthy Communities Coalition, Central Pharmacy, Central City H2O Plus, and Summit Physical Therapy. The proceeding has been a presentation of I3G Media Sports on 1600 AM and 100.1 FM, The Cardinal.